Myth versus fact. All public defenders want to do is get you to take a deal. My name is Tiffany Blacknell, and I am a criminal defense lawyer. I have my own law firm. I no longer work for the public defender. I was there for 18 years. Now I have my own law firm, so I have no reason to lie about anything I'm telling you. I'm having a series called Fact versus Myth about the criminal legal system. If you have any questions, put it in the chat. Okay. The question is, do all public defenders just want their client to plead guilty? And the answer is, it depends. Like in the private bar, there are some public defenders who want to get their client to take a deal, who think that any deal your client will take is a good deal, right? Then there are private lawyers who feel the same way. And in fact, in many ways, private lawyers have an incentive for you to plead because they aren't on a salary. They're not on a set salary. You already paid them money, right? You already paid them. So they lose money by being in trial. Every day they're in trial, they're not signing a new client, they're not visiting clients, they're not trying to sign people. So they're like losing money every day they're in trial, right? But public defenders are on a salary. They don't get clients like that, right? They get them automatically. So they don't have a financial incentive to not take your case to trial. There is a problem with people being afraid to go to trial, or people being lazy sometimes. And that just depends on the lawyer. It can be private or public, right? The same issues apply. Folks are scared and folks are lazy, right? So it doesn't depend on if you hire them or not. It depends on who the lawyer is. And that's with most things, honestly. But in the public defender sense, in some respects, they're incentivized by going to trial because I remember being a young public defender and you got promoted based upon the complexity of the trials you did. So like I was at airport court like 12 or so years ago. And I remember thinking I can't get my promotion to a capital litigator unless I have murder cases. And there's not enough murders in airport for me to do. So I asked to be transferred downtown where there's a higher, likelihood that I have a murder case. Because that was valued in terms of management and how they look at you and how they evaluate you. Actually handling a murder trial, not just pleading someone guilty, is actually valued in the public defender space, at least in LA County. All my advice I give y'all, all my little tidbits goes for LA County alone. I've never worked anywhere else. I have no idea what happens in fucking whatever county you're in. But no, I don't think that it's just because you're a public defender you want them to be guilty. That's not true. In fact, it may be more true for private than actually public defenders, if I'm being honest. But at the end of the day, it depends on the actual lawyer that you're dealing with. The other thing is that some people think some public defenders convey offers in such a way that scares you, right? Like in order for you, a lawyer has to convey offers that they're given by the DA. They have to by law. It's unethical to not tell you what the deal is, okay? If there is a deal. But sometimes the way people deliver it makes you feel like they hustling you. Because they lead with like the worst. Oh, you're looking at life in prison, but if you plead, you can get 10, And so it kind of scares you. And sometimes that's because they're scared. Because believe it or not, most public defenders I know actually care and don't want to see you get washed up. Most that I know, most, I'm gonna say most that I know, don't want to lose. They don't want you to lose. They don't want you to go to jail forever. It doesn't feel good for the lawyer or anyone, right? So anyway, we could talk about like public defender bedside manner on my next myth or fact, like who has a better bedside manner, public defenders or private lawyers? You know what I'm saying? People need to work on that. But do they all want you to plead? No, they don't. That's a myth.